And when we look at the opposition that we can look forward to this summer tour, I mean, it's going to be a cracker.
Yeah, 4 tests, full cup test internationals, obviously starting with Canada. The world rankings rank, I think, from 17 up to 23rd. So they're games where Scotland should really be favourites in. There'll be a physical element to what these teams are looking for. Chile and Uruguay both played in Rugby World Cup last year. The USA and Canada are looking to kickstart their next cycle. So there'll be a lot to learn and a lot to look forward to.
Let's hear what Gregor has to say.
I've not seen you since the Guinness Six Nations. What's the last couple of months looked like for you?
Yeah, well, less coaching, but lots of watching rugby, lots of reviewing, having deep dives into parts of our game, learning from other teams that we're seeing, that we're visiting, and then getting set for tour, making sure we watch our players, how they're getting on, and giving them feedback as well.
Do you see any new trends in the game, even since March time? The game evolves the whole time, and some 1 or 2 law tweaks as well. Is there anything that's jumped out in the last 2 or 3 months, the kind of knockout stages of rugby?
Yeah, there has been, and it's interesting, the law changes that are coming in, 3 that will be here by the summer, and law trials that could come in the summer or could come in next season. They're on your mind too, of where might the game go with these little tweaks in the game. I reckon the one trend that we've seen is just the continual pressure teams are putting on rucks. Whether it's been a nuisance at the ruck, whether it's an actual counter ruck, and jackals, they're still part of it. I think we saw that most in the European Champions Cup final. Just every ruck was a real dogfight. So that means you have to be very good in your contact if you've got the ball, or get the ball away quickly, prepare for that counter ruck. But also it's an opportunity for the defence to try and get the ball back. So we're definitely going to look at both areas to apply pressure on opposition.
Contest for possession, exactly what we want.
How do those trends develop then? Is it a number of teams picking up and momentum building on a certain type of play or a certain movement, or is it calculated? I mean, how do you think these things develop?
I think there's one of 2 good teams, or the very best teams will be doing something that works for them, and people learn quickly. So in our role, we're able to watch a lot of rugby. So there's always ideas coming from the coaches. So you'll see whether it's the best couple of teams in France or Super Rugby or in Europe doing something that becomes effective. Other teams will pick up on it. They've either played against it, they've previewed it, and realised this is something we can add to our game. And they continually evolve, grow, and then change. So, yeah, it's also about what aligns with your philosophy. What do you want to do in attack and defence? If that suits you, you think it can help your team improve, then you'll pick up on that too.
Just looking ahead at the opposition, obviously 4 tests, Canada, USA, Chile, Uruguay. Just maybe a word on what do you expect from opposition from Canada. First up, it'll be in Ottawa. It'll be baking hot. The physical outfit probably fallen down the pecking order. I think they're currently 21st in the world ranking, so they'll be looking to almost push back up there and get back on the front foot. What do you expect from Canada?
They will be, and I think they'll see, both Canada and America will see this tour as a chance to kickstart
the next 4 years cycle.
Yeah, their international careers or seasons, because they missed out. Both of them missed out narrowly to get to the World Cup. Chile managed to beat both Canada and America to get in there to the World Cup. So what we expect, it will be tough. It's a different pitch as well. American football, sort of 3G pitch. Even though our players are used to playing on 3G pitches, it'll be very hot. Canada have always been a tough opponent for us. On tours that Scotland have had in the past, they've been close games. They will be physical. A lot of the players will play sevens. A lot of players are now playing MLR rugby, so they're playing at a professional level, maybe not in Europe. So we expect a tough challenge. USA, we've lost to in tours before. We lost there 6 years ago. So we know that is going to be a tough game for us if you allow them to dictate the physical side of the game. And that'll be really hot. And Washington, D.C., playing in the summer in Canada and America will be challenging. And then you go down to the 2 teams that were in the World Cup, Chile and Uruguay, and they both had excellent tournaments. Chile play some great rugby. Uruguay probably lean on their forward strength more than Chile. Chile want to move the ball around more. But I remember watching Uruguay against France, and they'd pushed them really
yeah.
close in that game. So
They beat Namibia as well.
They beat
Yeah.
Namibia.
38-17 against Italy. And you think back to the under-20s trophy last year, maybe a crossover with even some of the players that came out on top against our under-20s.
Absolutely, and you see the sevens. Uruguay
Yeah.
are going strong at sevens. So these teams are really developing really quickly, and when they get the opportunities through World Cups or to play against higher-ranked opposition, they really benefit from that. The experience kicks them on, but they want more than the experience. They want to win. They'll be desperate to beat a Six Nations team, and we'll probably be favourites going into the game. So we've got to make sure that we handle that expectation and deliver what we're capable of.
And it's outside the window, so that Uruguay match, so that adds an extra layer of excitement to some degree, but you might choose a different word, but that means that not all of your players will be available for that match.
That's right, and we've got obviously our game against Fiji in November will be similar, and we see that as an opportunity for players, yes, those that are playing in Glasgow, Edinburgh, to play for Scotland. It happens throughout the season, and we're going to make sure we play really well to win that game.
Gregor, when I'm looking at your test match schedule between now and the end of March next year, we're looking at, 13 tests?
No lot of golf going on.
There's not much
There's
golf.
no good job you've got some holes in.
Well, that day off in Washington DC, I'm hoping
Look forward to
I
that.
visit the White House or visit 9 holes of golf somewhere there.
That's quite it's a schedule. What sort of challenges does that pose for you as a head coach?
Oh, it's great. If you said 13, I wish it was 23. Yeah. When you're coaching international level, you get the 3 campaigns, and obviously in a World Cup year it's different. You get that big campaign, but you got to make the most of the time you have together as a coaching group, but also with the players. So to know that we have 4 tests, it was only originally going to be 2. Thanks to David Edge, our team manager, we managed to get Uruguay and Chile to play us. That gives another 2 weeks of coaching time with the players, but also to see them playing two extra games. Then 4 tests in November, fantastic. I know the tickets are selling really well.
All
and
at
we've
Scottish Gas Murrayfield.
Yeah, and we've got another 3 games at Scottish Gas Murrayfield coming up in the Six Nations. So yeah, it's an exciting season ahead. We're even talking about next summer's tour as well, and how we can make that as competitive and also an opportunity for young players to come in. And that probably what excites us most as coaches. We're going to have 4 tough test matches, but we've got new players coming in, and we just can't wait to see how they are in our environment, but also see the joy that they'll get taking their opportunities.